Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Aram and today I talk about shoulder work in rowing. Welcome to the Biro workshop. It's evening of a long work day and time for me to record a video for you guys. First of all, why is shoulder work important? The shoulder work is one of two main, let's say, motions that you need to control. The first one is the pelvic motion. I've talked about this in a different video, which I'm going to link right here. And the second part is the shoulder. If the shoulder doesn't work properly, you've got an issue. It's not like you just rip on something because you need looseness, you need stability, you need mobility, but at the same time, in all that mobility and looseness, they have to be very stable because they transfer all the force your legs can apply. So if they can't hold, they will either do this or your arms will do that, so they will goof off in one or the other way. So first of all, before we talk about even shoulder work, I want you to do the following thing. Do a bit of mobility with me. You say, I didn't come to look at this video for mobility. Hey, you've got in your entire body something that is called proprioceptors. Essentially, these are little sensors that tell your brain where which body part is and in which position. And if you don't sharpen your senses, there's no way you're going to feel what you need to feel just in a moment. All right? Now, the first thing I want you to do is a very simple thing, and I'm not going to go through all the mobilization exercises. But the first thing is the rotation of your shoulder. Forward, up, back, down. Now you say, haha, I do this a lot. Hey, that's like, I don't know. That's not mobility. Mobility is the maximum motion you can do. How do you want to have more mobility, more motion, better sensorics if you always do that? That's not going to work. I don't say you should dislocate your shoulders, but you should be able to control that. So I like to keep my hands either here or there, so some type of stability point. And then I like to do the full motion, forward, up, back. And you see I'm going all the way. If you feel a bit of cracking, that's okay. Not a big deal. And forward. We're not going to do this too long. And I'm not going to play Cindy Crawford here for you guys, but I just want you to be able to feel a couple of things. That's it. No more mobility. But the reason why we do this is because at the finish, your shoulders need to be stable and low. As we go forward, if you do the wrong thing, your shoulders will go up, and you need to be able to feel the difference. All right, let's hop on a Biro Pro and have a look at it. All right, as usual, I'm doing these videos in my best workout clothes. No, I'm just kidding, but it's the end of a long work day, so I record these videos at night when everybody's going home. So, start with the shoulder issue. Now, issue number one, a typical issue, is when people do my favorite one, a quick hands away, boom. Now, what this does, just watch the shoulders, they tighten up. Now, if you do a pause or at least a slow recovery, you've got time to loosen up your elbows. So your elbows have a lot to do with your shoulder. Just try the following thing with me. So, finish position, extend your arms. Now, extend your arms completely. If you extend your arms completely, you would probably see that your shoulders, first of all, they go a bit higher. They come a bit higher, and they start to become pretty stiff. Now, at that position, let's just loosen your elbow and make it heavy. You will feel, it loosens up. Extend your arm, shoulders go up, and they're stiff. So the first thing we need to focus on is, at the finish, we don't extend our arms completely, we extend them partially. I like to extend my arms 70%. Like that. I hope you can see it well. And now the next thing is, at that stage, I try to keep my elbows heavy. That's all I do. I keep my arms as loose on my handles as I can, but I don't let go of my handles. So my grandfather taught me something when we played table tennis. He said, look, you got to hold the bat like a bird. If you hold it too tight, it will die. If you hold it too loose, it will fly away. And there's a lot of truth in that. Same with the order and the recovery. So when you go forward, slightly bend your arms, and then I actually like to pull with my elbow. I pull with my elbow, and this is when my shoulders come forward a bit. Now you see why we need that part of the mobility. I will show you the same thing from a perfect 90-degree angle again. Now, at that stage, of course, the pelvis draws along, and you're going to make sure the pelvis is stable. As you approach half slide, for me, this is one of the milestones. At half slide, you have to be able to keep your elbows loose. At half slide, I want to make sure that my elbows they're not outside loose, but heavy. So I let gravity do its thing and be pulled in. And then at 3/4 slide, that's when the fun starts. So 3/4 slide, I always check that my elbows are still heavy. And now from 3/4 slide to full slide, this is where I extend my arms, my shoulders rotate forward, but not all the way. And that's the tricky part. The shoulders are still loose at half slide, and now 3/4 slide, I start to extend my arms, bring my shoulder blades forward slightly, and with that extension, I can rotate my handles here. With that extension out, I square. Now some of you may say, well, shouldn't you square at half slide? I do this sometimes as well, and I teach that. It's good to lose the fear of having your blade squared. That's the only reason why we do this. And a lot of people square their blades now, before the drive. So they square the blades when they get the blade into the water. That's too late. But the thing is, if you're here and you extend your arm out, you get a bit more tension up here. And your shoulders, that's important, shouldn't go up. If you have extended arms and you go forward, it makes your back round, first of all, and you're too stiff. Your upper body weight rests on your handles, and that makes you very susceptible to waves and rough conditions. This is why I like to keep my elbows loose. I almost hold my hands like this, like a bird. And I don't even follow. I try to have my hands loosely on my oars. So as I go forward, it's more my thumbs doing the work. Loosely going forward. That's not always possible. In rough conditions, you have to hold on to your oars. I understand that. But you still don't have to be too tight on a grip here. Okay? So you go forward, and at that stage, I loosen up my elbows once more before I go out and have now tension in the triceps, in the lat, teres major, that's the one right there for horizontal connection. At that stage, your shoulders must not be loose. So if you have your loose shoulders at the catch, this is what's going to happen. And that mustn't happen. Because at the drive, naturally, see, the hands go up. Because there's a lot of energy going through the body. So when the drive starts, you need to work with your lats and your shoulder blades, and with that muscle right there, to keep the hands low. Not extra low, but just underneath your shoulder, or a bit lower, whatever you prefer. That's naturally, if you had loose shoulders here, your hands would go up, and your back would be round. So with your pelvis, you need to rotate forward and keep it, hold it. With your lat, you need to stabilize the shoulder here in your armpit. This is where you need to push down. So first, your shoulders are loose, and in the loose position, you tighten them up, and then the drive starts. And when the drive starts, you respond in proportion to what your legs do, and your legs respond to what your lat is able to transfer. Because if you just push hard with your legs, and you don't feel what's going on, hey, you're going to go up, or bend, or rotate, or whatever. My ideal is that at the catch, you should not be able to tell whether or not this is catch or recovery. There should be almost no visible drive, no visible posture change. The shoulder should be stable. All right, same story from a different perspective. This one doesn't have the rubber cords connected, but if you can handle a bar rower and the floor is leveled, you don't need rubber cords. All right, Now again, finish position. Don't extend your arms. If you extend your arms, your shoulders will stiffen up, okay? Loose shoulders. Elbows heavy. When you rotate forward at 1/4 to half slide, I try to let my elbows come in, but I don't do this like a chicken intentionally. Let gravity do it. If gravity doesn't do a lot, it doesn't do a lot. That's fine. At that stage, I try to be loose in my hands. It's just my thumbs. If you can see this, if the conditions allow. If that's not possible, I happily hold on to my oars like that. But the looser the better. And at that stage, 3/4 slide, still loose, and now I go up and rotate. How high? Some like to catch here, some like to catch there. Wherever you go up. Now, that requires your blades being off the water. If they're not off the water, you can't get the right tension, because at that stage, it's the lat, it's the shoulder blades. If you have to go down to get the blades off the water in order to square, you've got the wrong tension. And of course, you're not ready to pull. This is why blade work is so crucial. That's not possible. This is why blade work is essential. And the ideally should be a very loose connection. When you look at rowers, you say, oh, there is no shoulder, no change in shoulder motion. So that's it about shoulder work, and I've missed a lot of things, but that's essentially a recap of what we did the last couple of weeks and months in the Saturday live sessions on rmtraining.com. If you want to join, it's rmtraining.com. If you want to work with me, get a personal training plan, one-on-one live sessions, video analysis, or join the June training camp in Vienna, Austria, go to rmtraining.com. I'm looking forward to work with you. That's it. How did the video help you? Let me know. I'm very curious. There's a bunch of things probably I've missed. I'm looking forward to your comments. Did the video help you? Yes, no. If yes, in which way? If no, why not? If it has helped you, who did you share it with? Who's interested in that? Make sure you spread it, you subscribe, because that helps me to spend more time like tonight, where I should actually be doing something else and record a video for you guys. Alrighty, with this being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope it was worth your time. It certainly was worth mine. All the best, and I'll see you in the next video.